Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vitus Athletic Complex here in West Philadelphia on a beautiful, maybe even perfect day for softball. I'm James Biernot. Here on Flo College, we have an exciting CAA matchup between the home team, the Drexel Dragons, and the visiting Monmouth Hawks. Before we get started, let's take a quick peek at Monmouth's lineup. Leading it off, it's going to be the freshman center fielder Dominique Lopez. Second, Sammy Miller playing left field. Third, it's going to be Ella Stevenson, the sophomore first baseman. At fourth, Mackenzie Bloss, who had a big day yesterday, playing third base. In the 5 spot, Gianna Stern, the second baseman. In the 6 spot, Bree Lawson, the shortstop. In the 7th spot, Jayla Cathena, who launched her first home run of the season yesterday at designated player. In 8th, it'll be Caitlin Place, the catcher, and 9th, Olivia Smith, the right fielder, with the Dragons ace, Courtney Coles, on the mound. Coles only went 3 1/3 yesterday, looking to hopefully have a solid performance today as they look to get a win in this series after dropping Game 1 yesterday, 9-1. Coles gets set, first pitch, put into play right at Masson. She throws over to first. And in time, so 1 pitch, 1 out. You love to see that. And a quick happy birthday to Jackie Massoni, one of the true veteran identities of this Dragons team. It has been an absolute pleasure watching Jackie play for me over the last 3 years. For Dragons fans, for more than that, a happy, happy birthday. And we hope Dragons can get a win to celebrate. So that'll bring up Sammy Miller, the left fielder, junior from Greenbrook, New Jersey, hitting .258 on the season. First pitch from Coles, in there for strike 1. Yeah, Sammy Miller did not play yesterday, so the one new starter for Monmouth. Played 43 games last season. Pitch from Coles. That one put into play right at the pitcher, over to first, and another quick ground out. And for Courtney Coles, she's got to love that. Yesterday, ran into some issues where the base runners really piled up and led to Monmouth just stacking on runs. They didn't have the home runs till later in the game. But if she can get out early, get some quick outs, get weak contact, keep it on the infield, she's going to be feeling a lot better. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Ella Stevenson. First pitch to her, in there for a strike. Good to see Coles attacking early. Stevenson, the UMass transfer, hitting .286 with 2 home runs and 19 RBIs. Had a big day yesterday, 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. That one low brings the count even to 1-1. After Stevenson, it would be Mackenzie Bloss, but Coles pitching with 2 outs here and a 1-1 count. That one hit foul. Rowland's going to go and recover it. Courtney Coles now. A 1-2 advantage on the batter Stevenson. Chance to get a quick 1-2-3 here. Here's the pitch. Big swing and 1-2-3. Down go the Hawks. Courtney Coles looks dialed in to start this one off. We bring you to the bottom of the first here on Flo College.
Today's world demands more from the next generation. Their education must not only be good, but good for something. As a global leader in experiential education, Drexel University is preparing a community of visionary leaders to question everything, to experience everything in the fields that matter, because we refuse to stand still. Experience what education can be. Drexel University.
And we welcome you back now for the bottom of the first. Alyssa Imont heads out to the mound for the Monmouth Hawks. Imont, the senior, transferred in this season from Siena University. She's been their best pitcher with a 3.80 ERA, and yesterday she was electric. 5 innings of 4 hit ball, only 1 run, no walks, and 4 strikeouts in the big win. So leading off for the Dragons, it's as usual going to be Olivia Shuley, the freshman. See what she does here. First pitch, swinging, that one right into the glove of Stern, and a quick 1 pitch, 1 out. After Shuley, it's going to be the left fielder Kyla Redding into the 2-hole, the birthday girl Jackie Massoni in the 3-hole at short, then Natalie Aldred hitting 4th, McKenna Rowlands hitting 5th at 3rd base, Macy Bergman hitting 6th catching, Devin Demchek hitting 7th at 1st, Annabelle Smink hitting 8th at 2nd, and Quinn Cunningham in right to close it out. First pitch to Redding is in the dirt, ball 1. Yeah, Imont had a fantastic performance yesterday from start of the game to the end. She was dialed in, found her zone, really didn't have a lot of mistakes in there. It's that one, a little too high. Kyla Redding, the sophomore from Len Hartsville, Pennsylvania, hitting .406 with 34 RBIs this season. That one in there for a strike looking. Redding has been the Dragons' top bat all season long. 6 home runs to go with those 34 RBIs, 10 walks, 4 stolen bases. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. Gets her bat on that one. Stern again will have no difficulty grabbing it. And a second quick out for Monmouth. That'll bring up Jackie Massoni, playing shortstop today, the grad student, hitting .313, 12 RBIs on the season. Massoni went 1 for 2 with a run and a stolen base yesterday. Game 1 of this series. First pitch from Imont. Low for ball 1. Both teams getting 2 quick outs to start off their respective parts of the first. Imont moving quickly here, gets her first strike against Massoni. For both these pitchers, 2 of the best in the CAA when it comes to endurance, ability to pitch deep into games, pitch back-to-back days. Strike 2 in there to Jackie Massoni. She really impressed us yesterday. 6-8 on the season, 15 starts, 83 innings pitched. Batters are hitting .289 against her. That one high brings the count even to 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs to Jackie Massoni. Pitch from Imont. Fouled back. Massoni yesterday, when the Dragons really could not get a ton going on offense, was a key factor. She was the first base runner and scored the only run for them. Puts that one, oh wow! Smacked right at the third baseman Bloss. She makes the catch. She had a great play yesterday, a fantastic Gold Glove type play today, and that'll retire the side. We head to the top of the second, where the Monmouth Hawks will come up to bat here on Flo College. And first pitch to start off this top of the second is a ball to Mackenzie Bloss, who just made that fantastic jump and grab over at third base. Bloss, the senior, leads the team with a .357 batting average. Ooh, takes that one there. That had some great movement on it. Good pitch by Coles. Bloss was one of the stars of yesterday's game as well. 2 for 3 with a home run and an RBI, as well as a double play. She started by herself. Puts that one into play right into the mid of Coles. And a quick ground out there. So 4 quick outs now for Courtney Coles. She's moving well through this Hawks lineup. That'll bring up the second baseman, Gianna Stern, a sophomore from Bloomfield, New Jersey, hitting .276 on the season, had 2 RBIs yesterday. First pitch to her in there for a strike. Again, great to see all these first pitch strikes from Coles. Something she took a little while to get into that routine yesterday, but she can start that and keep it consistent today. We're looking at a very strong start. That one a tad outside. A solid location nonetheless. It is absolutely stunning out right now. 75 and sunny. It's going to get up to 79 during our doubleheader today. That one popped up. Bergman does not have room, and it will go foul. Brings the count to 1-2. Bree Lawson, the shortstop, on deck with Jayla Cathena, designated player, in the hole. Stern at the dish. Looking to get the first Hawk hit here. That one upstairs. Brings the count even to 2-2. Gianna Stern coming off a big game against Fairleigh Dickinson earlier this year. 2 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Pops that one up. Missoni calling for it, and she's got it. So another rather easy out for the Dragons defense. Coles has been able to get strictly weak contact so far. Yesterday, string of doubles and then those home runs later in the game were the thing that hurt her the most. She was not there for the home runs, but hurt the Dragons pitching the most. Excuse me. So 2 outs now. Bree Lawson, the shortstop, up to the plate. First pitch strike again. 3rd straight batter. Coles has started off with a strike. That one is tad outside, so brings the count even 1-1. Lawson from Aston, Pennsylvania, hitting .341 on the season. Not a ton of pop, but 11 RBIs to her name. A very productive player. Gets the bat on that one, and that'll come down for a hit. Shuli's got it, so she won't be able to get to second, but a base hit for Bree Lawson. It's the first hit of the day for Monmouth. And that brings up Jayla Cathena. Had a big late moment in the game yesterday. Crushed her first home run of the season. Went 1 for 3. It was a 2-run home run. Designated player today, also pitches. First pitch in there for a strike again, so 4 straight now for Coles. Refreshing to see that approach of attacking the Monmouth batters early. Cathena fouls that one back and quickly behind on Coles, 0-2. Taking a look at the Dragons' defense behind Coles. It's Devin Demchuk at first, Annabelle Smink at second, Jackie Missoni at short, and McKenna Rollins, the freshman, over at third. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Weak contact. Charging is Smink, and she tagged her. Nice play by Smink to get the force out there, and that will retire the side. 1 hit for the Hawks. Nobody comes in on that, though. Score remains 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Like these everyday heroes who trust IBX with their health coverage. Healthcare workers and hospitals have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. We're the #1 health insurer in the region and invested in what matters to our communities. When it comes to protecting your health and well-being, count on IBX to be there for you.
Yo, how you doing, Philly? Joints aching, hands cramping, back out of whack? At Rothman Orthopedics, practicing specialized care has been their passion for 50 years. Their mission, high quality, compassionate, affordable care rooted in research. So knock back that water ice, run those rocky steps, and root for our teams like no other fans in the country. Not for nothing, cuz that aspirin can only do so much. They're Rothman Orthopedics, and they specialize in you.
At Independence Blue Cross.
And we welcome you back. We get a little replay there. How it went down in the top of the second. Now, bottom of the second, the Dragons come up to bat, led by Natalie Aldred, the designated player. Aldred having a very solid season, hitting .259, a .379 on base percentage, thanks to those 14 walks, 4 home runs as well to her name. First pitch is low. So Alyssa Imont coming out for a second inning of work. I have to keep an eye on how deep she will go in game 2 here after going the whole way yesterday. That one outside as well. So Aldred showing off that patented plate discipline, taking a 2-0 advantage over the pitcher Imont. Puts the bat on that one. Third baseman Bloss, quick throw over. And another quick out. 5-3 on the put out. Kenzie Bloss threw it over Stevenson. That'll bring up McKenna Rowlands, the third baseman, freshman. Rowlands had not been playing a ton, but got the start on Monday, got the start yesterday, and she's gotten hits in both games, hitting .231 on the season. First pitch there is low and in. Biggest thing about Rowland, Shuley, Cunningham, the 3 freshmen in this Dragons lineup, is the impressive plate discipline. And I'll say it again and again. For Rowlands, 5 walks this season against only 3 strikeouts. Fouled that one off her leg there. Brings the count to 1-1. Macy Bergman on deck, the catcher for the Dragons. Rowlands, the Pittsburgh native, at the plate. She led North Allegheny to the WPIAL quarterfinals in high school. That one, whoa! Big play there. In comes Olivia Smith, diving at the last second. Wasn't sure if Dominique Lopez was going to let that one drop, but no, she had full confidence in her teammate Smith, who makes a highlight reel play there for the second out. Oh, man. Some Fleetwood Mac to bring Macy Bergman up to the dish. First pitch, outside. Bergman hitting .274 on the season, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Also gets on base about 37% of the time, so a great all-around player. That one in there for a strike. Great pitch by Imont. But Imont, like Coles, has done a good job of limiting the big contact, keeping it in the infield until that fly out to Smith, which she made look pretty easy at the end. 2-1 to Bergman. Demchek would be next. Bergman playing in her hometown of Philly. Fouls that one back. She was a little late. Brings the count to 2-2. Bergman's offensive improvement this season has been incredible. Big part of why this Dragons offense looks so much different than they did a year ago. .294 team batting average. 160 RBIs for the squad. Bergman fouls that one back as well. Keeps the count at 2-2. again, 2-2, 2 outs. Highmont looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Gets her looking, big punch out there as Highmont able to set the Dragons down 1-2-3 again. We'll flip over to the top of the third when Caitlin Place will lead it off for Monmouth. Still 0-0 here on Flow College. And here we are back for the top of the third. Courtney Coles returns to the mound. First pitch. It's in there for a strike. Love to see that. Continued attacking on the first pitch. Batter for Monmouth is the catcher, Caitlin Place, senior from Pine City, New York. That one a tad outside. Framed well by Bergman, though. Place, primary catcher for this team. It's not been great on offense through her first 3 seasons at Monmouth. This season has improved. Puts that one into play right at Rollins. Good stop, quick throw, great play by the freshman for the first out. Folks, McKenna Rollins played some infield and outfield in high school, but she's been getting her first few starts over at third the last few games. She has not missed a beat. Incredibly impressive from the freshman. Brings up Olivia Smith, who made that great diving catch in right. That one a little outside, so ends Cole's streak of first pitch strikes. Smith transferred to Monmouth from Rider University, hitting .278 this season. Fouls that one back. Smith, impressive recently. She has gotten a hit in 12 of her last 14 games, hitting over .450 during that stretch. Here's the 1-1. Big swing there, 1-2. Seeing Coles showing that confidence, impressive confidence from the freshman, who has already thrown 129 innings this season. Pitch to Smith, big swing there, strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Courtney Coles, second out of this top of the third. Put it in perspective for you folks. Courtney Coles has thrown 76% of the Dragons' innings this season. When you say workhorse, don't throw that word around lightly unless you're talking about Courtney Coles. That one, good location. Call the ball to Dominique Lopez, the freshman. She grounded out her first time up. Went 0 for 2 with a run and a walk yesterday. Coles and Lopez had some real nice battles yesterday as that one's hit well. Shuley, though, under it. And there we go, another 1-2-3 inning as both pitchers are in full command here at Vitus Athletic Complex. 0-0 is still our score as we head to the bottom of the third, where we'll see Devin Demchek, Annabelle Smink, and Quinn Cunningham come up for the Dragons here on Flow College. And we welcome you back here to Vitus Athletic Complex, bottom of the third here on Flow College. Devin Demchek coming up to the dish, playing first base today. Came into the game later when Natalie Aldred was pitching yesterday. First pitch is a ball there. Demchek, been used as a platoon player this season, but has been successful when she's played. A home run, 7 RBI, 7 walks. She makes some nice contact, sends that one just out of the reach of Mackenzie Bloss. But she tracked that ball down really well. Both these teams' defenses showed out yesterday. See if they can play similarly today. 1-1 count. Demchek takes the pitch inside. 2-1. Demchek, the Bath, Pennsylvania native. Cut down her strikeout percentage a lot last season, which helped her out. She is a really impressive bat in this lineup. That one in there for a strike brings the count to 2-2. She is the career home run record holder at Northampton. Looking to get a hit here. Fouls that one off. Keeps the count even at 2-2. Demchek, a senior now in year 4 with the Dragons. Incredible to see how her career has played out, both on the field and also in the classroom. CAA all-academic team multiple times. So that one's hit foul. Not enough room for Monmouth to get there. And the battle between Demchek and Imont continues. Demchek showing that veteran plate discipline here. Sleeves rolled up like she's ready to slug. Tough call there. Down goes Demchek swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Imont. That'll bring up the second baseman, Annabelle Smink. Didn't play yesterday, but has been a starter most of the season for the Dragons, both at third base and then at second base today. 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, 10 walks against only 11 strikeouts for the junior. First pitch from Imont. In there for strike 1. Perfect location. Smink from North Wales, Pennsylvania. Fouls that one back, quickly behind on Imont, 0-2. Quinn Cunningham, the freshman, on deck, with Olivia Shuley in the hole if need be. Imont gets set in the circle. Still yet to allow a base runner. That one fouled off. So Smink stays alive. Smink hit .250 last season. Had 3 multi-hit games. Hit 2 home runs earlier this year versus Bellarmine. Now having a quick chat with Coach Tim Homan, who is covering third base. The 0-2 again to Smink. Takes that one outside. Smink has had multiple multi-hit games this season as well. Hits that one pretty well, but right into the glove of the shortstop, Bree Lawson, for a quick second out. And that'll bring up Quinn Cunningham now. Third Dragon to come to bat this inning, the 9th overall. Alyssa Imont has gone 8 Dragons up, 8 Dragons down so far. So with the freshman Cunningham, they're hoping she can break that streak. Hitting .340 on the season. First pitch from Imont is outside. Cunningham, 6 RBIs, 5 walks for the Washington Township native. Hits that one well, deep, by the wall, off the top of the fence, so not quite a home run, but Cunningham comes into second base with a big-time double. Really, really nice hit for the freshman. Still looking for her first home run of the season. And she hit one on Monday versus Cornell that hit basically the same location. So she's come about as close as she can twice now this week. Nonetheless, a fantastic, fantastic hit from Quinn Cunningham to give the Dragons their first base runner. Now Olivia Shuley going to do some hitting with runners in scoring position. First pitch inside there. Shuley popped out her first time up, hitting .364 entering the day with a .417 on-base percentage. Very impressive numbers for the Swedesboro native. Imont to Shuley. She fouls that one back and out of play. So some great hitting by two-out hitting there by Cunningham, as Imont had really just mowed through the first 8 Dragons batters. Cunningham able to put a stop to that, kill the momentum that she had going a little bit. Now Shuley hoping to capitalize. 1-1. Good pitch to hit, but goes right down the middle for strike 2. So 1-2 count, 2 outs. Shuley at the plate, Redding on deck. Dragons, first chance. Takes that one high, brings the count 2-2. Olivia Shuley, another one of these freshman Dragons that is so disciplined at the plate. Knows her spots, knows when to swing, and has worked herself from the bottom of this order to the number 1 spot for about half a season. She makes contact with that one, but right to the left fielder Miller, and that will retire the side. So a nice hit by Quinn Cunningham, but the Dragons can't score. Still no score after 3 here on Flow College.
Rally House, shop every team in town, college and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
Show your Drexel pride in every season. Hats, tees, decor, and more, all waiting for you at Rally House, the home for every Dragon.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Lizzie's Love Cakes, a bunt pound cake company with a soul-satisfying crunch on top. Lizzie was my mother, who was known for her comforting, radiating smile. This is a love letter to all the women in my family. Every single flavor is named after one of my aunts and my grandmother. When you bite into a Lizzie Love Cake, it is like embracing a warm hug. Check us out, lizzie'slovecakes.com.
And we welcome you in here to the top of the 4th here at Drexel softball fields. Sammy Miller is the leadoff batter for Monmouth. Courtney Coles returns for her 4th inning of work in the circle. Monmouth has managed just 1 hit so far. That was a single by Bree Lawson back in the 2nd. First pitch to Miller. Takes a big swing at it, but no luck. Miller grounded out to Coles her first time up. Does not have an extra base hit this season, but always a threat on the base paths, as she's been used primarily as a pinch runner and fielder. Pops that one up. Bergman under it, and she's got it. Quick first out here in the top of the 4th, and that has been the story all afternoon so far for the Dragons defense and Courtney Coles. We really have not seen any big contact yet. She's done a great job keeping it in the infield, relying on her defense to get her outs. And it has been a method for success for the Fountain Valley, California native, who must be enjoying this nice Philly weather finally. First pitch to Ella Stevenson, hit, but right at Jackie Masson. So another pop out for the 2nd out. You love to see that, as Coles is just plowing through the Monmouth order. Stevenson, a really talented hitter, jammed up there. And now Mackenzie Bloss, the Monmouth Hawks leader in batting average as well as slugging percentage, comes to the plate with 2 outs. First pitch, a little outside to Bloss. Bloss made that great leaping catch over at 3rd back in the 1st inning. The 1-0 from Coles. tad high. So she falls behind on Bloss, 2-0. Coles looking for a strike here. That one hit well, but foul. Good piece of hitting by Bloss. But first strike for Coles. Yeah, Coles 3 2/3, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. One of her best starts of the season so far. That one a little inside. Trying to get Bloss to jam herself up a little bit. So 3-1 count. Gianna Stern on deck, 0 for 1 on the day. Coles, the pitch. Bloss smokes that one. Up the left side, off the fence. Brings the count full to 3-2. Coles looking for her third 1-2-3 inning of the game. She's retired all but one so far. 3-2. Bloss puts it on the ground, foul. Stays alive. Bloss only 5 strikeouts on this season. .396 on base percentage. She knows what she's doing in the box. Knows when to swing, when not to. Takes a big swing there. Foul once more. So a true battle between Mackenzie Bloss and Courtney Coles here. We're full for another opportunity. The pitch from Coles to Bloss. Fouled off again, all to that third base side. Masoni, Rowlands staying very close together, guarding that third base side. Big gap up the middle, though, with Smink a little closer to Demchik than she is to second base. 3-2, ball 4. So first walk issued by Courtney Coles after a 7 or 8 pitch battle with Mackenzie Bloss. That'll bring up Gianna Stern, 0 for 1 on the day, hitting .276 entering the day with a .513 slugging percentage. She's got some real pop. 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, second on the team. 12 walks is also second on the team, and only 8 strikeouts. Good location, but a little high. Gianna Stearns takes a first pitch ball. Coles trying to get Stern to limit the inning to just 1 base runner. That one a little high as well. So 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That one a little outside as well. So now Coles behind Stern, 3-0. She only walked 1 batter in her 3 1/3 yesterday, 3 1/3 innings of work. Today, 1 walk through 3 2/3. Now one of her coaches going to have a quick chat with Coles. See how she's feeling. And she's all good. Coach will return to the dugout. Coles will return to the circle. And Stern, with the 3-0 advantage, will return to the box. Two outs here. Mackenzie Bloss on first. 2 for 2 on the base paths this season. The pitch from Coles. In there for strike 1. Much needed strike. Now Stearns got to look alive. Coles now The 3-1. Off the bat, right into the glove of Masson. And the third out. So although she issued a walk, another fantastic inning from Courtney Coles. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the fourth here on Flow College. And here we are back for the bottom of the fourth. Kyla Redding coming up to a little Slim Shady. 0 for 1 on the day. Sophomore leads the team in batting average, hitting north of 400 this season. First pitch in there for a strike. Now, we've talked a lot about how great Courtney Coles has been today, but Alyssa Imont's been just as good. 3 scoreless innings, only allowed the double to Cunningham in the end of the third. So there's ball 1 there. 2 strikeouts for the Siena transfer, and it should come as no surprise. She pitched 482 innings over 3 seasons there, a 2.76 career ERA as a Saint. Strike 2 in there to Redding. Dragons, first time through the order, really struggled to get anything working against Imont, as they did yesterday. Redding swings at an outside pitch there to keep her alive. Jackie Masoni, who's having a nice birthday performance so far, some nice plays out at shortstop. It's on deck with Natalie Aldred, designated player in the hole. We saw Natalie behind us here in center field in the Dragon bullpen. Likely we'll see her at some point today as Redding pops that one up and out of play. Catcher Place wanted to see if she had a chance for it, but over the backstop. So we'll do it again. Kyla Redding. 1-2 count from Alyssa Imont. Here's the pitch. Put into play right at Bloss. Over to first. And a quick out. Oh, no. She dropped the ball. Stevenson not able to hold on to the throw. Bloss's throw a little high, but looked solid. So an error there allows Redding to reach. And however you can get base runners, the Dragons will take it based on how yesterday went against Imont. And now Masoni, chance for her to do some situational hitting. The grad student hitting .313, .422 slugging percentage, 1 home run, and 12 RBIs. She has a 1-0 count here. Pitch. Shows bunt. Bunt's foul. We'll throw her to first anyway. Nothing there. Heads up defense by Stern getting over to cover first, as Stevenson was super far in. Looking for the bunt. A 1-1 count. The pitch to Masoni. Outside. Gets behind the catcher. Place. And Redding able to advance on the pass ball. Now, very quickly, the Dragons, in a unique way, have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Masoni, a 2-1 advantage over Imont here. That one in there for a strike brings the count even 2-2. 2 true D1 softball veterans here. Masoni started her Dragons career in 2022. Imont, a true workhorse in year 4 of her college career. That one outside brings the count 3-2. Dominique Lopez, center fielder, did not like that call. So full count to Jackie. Natalie Aldred on deck. The pitch from Imont. Big swing and a miss there. So strikeout number 3 for Imont, as that'll retire Masoni and bring up Natalie Aldred. 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out. She went 0 for 2 yesterday, but always a threat to get on base via the hit or walk. First pitch swinging. Sends that one out to Drexel's lacrosse field. Little beyond that first baseline. Aldred started the day at first base yesterday, ended it as the pitcher, getting her 20th strikeout in an inning and 2/3 of work. Takes that one upstairs, brings the count even to 1-1. Redding would love to be in motion. She's 4 for 6, likely won't be running with just 1 out. And a superstar defender at the hot corner in Mackenzie Bloss. Put into play and past the second baseman Stern. Redding's going to be on the move. She's going to get sent around. The throw from Lopez won't get anybody. So an RBI double for Natalie Aldred drives in the first run of this game. 1-0. The Dragons take a lead. Really nice piece of hitting by Natalie Aldred. Found the gap. And she did not have a first 2 great seasons offensively wise for the Dragons, but in 2026, she has turned the burners on, collecting RBI number 16 there. That one, a quick ground out. First baseman able to hold on to it for the second out. So very quickly, McKenna Rowlands grounds out after the RBI double from Aldred. So that'll bring up Macy Bergman, the catcher. She struck out her first time up. She went 1 for 2 yesterday. Had an RBI double on Monday versus Cornell in the victory. Puts that one into play, and off the shortstop, Lawson's glove. And Aldred comes in to score on the RBI single there. So now the Dragons take a 2-0 lead. Good for Macy Bergman. RBI number 18 on the season for her. Last season, she was not able to get a ton going offensively. Now, she has been one of the most clutch bats in this Dragons lineup. So Aldred drives in Redding. Bergman drives in Aldred. And Devin Demchek, the lefty first baseman, comes up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. We knew both these pitchers were going to have solid days. Didn't think they'd both be on video game mode, but now the Dragons finding some cracks in Imont's armor and taking advantage. Demchek, first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Really great to see, though, the Dragons' bats coming alive a little bit more after it was a tough battle yesterday, just 1 run. Strike 2 in there now. So Demchek quickly behind on Imont. 0-2. 2 outs here. Annabelle Smink is on deck if needed. Pitch from Imont. Demchek swings again. Fouls it off again. So count remains at 0-2. Monmouth only used Alyssa yesterday, so they do have other pitchers in the bullpen. Isabella Bonassi, Kara Sumter, Olivia Lewis, all possibilities for the Hawks. That one over the head of the first baseman, Stevenson. That's a fair ball. Demchek with a nice hit moves Bergman from first to third. Heads up base running by Macy Bergman, knowing Stevenson wouldn't be able to grab that ball. And the Dragons' big 4th inning continues. Nice hit by Devin Demchek. Puts Dragons at the corners for Annabelle Smink. Smink 0 for 1 on the day. 14 RBIs on the season, however. And now, it looks like we are going to get a pitching change for Monmouth. Not a bad day by any means for Alyssa Imont. She retired the first 8 Dragons in a row. Then a Quinn Cunningham double was the first hit for the Dragons before Liv Shuley flew out. And then in this 4th inning, Kyla Redding reached on the air. Natalie Aldred drove her in on the RBI double. Then Bergman drove in Aldred on the RBI single. And then Demchek advances Bergman to 3rd with a nice single there. So 2 outs. Scratch that. It was just a conference. Iman will remain in. She's not thrown a ton of pitches. Neither pitcher has. So here comes Smink now. 0-0 count. 2 outs. First pitch is low. Demchek caught in a pickle. Bergman tries to go home, and she's out there. Not quite sure what the Dragons were trying there, but that'll retire the side. So Annabelle Smink will be the first batter to start off the 5th inning when the Dragons return, but before that we'll have the top of the 5th and Bree Lawson of Monmouth leading it off here on Flo College. And this day just keeps getting better. A beautiful day for softball and some great Dragons offense there at the bottom of the 4th. We welcome you back to Drexel softball field here in West Philly. Bree Lawson going to lead it off for Monmouth in the top of the 5th. Monmouth has managed just 2 base runners today against Dragons ace Courtney Coles. She's gone 4 scoreless so far. Imont had gone 3 scoreless, allowing just 1 base runner before the Dragons were able to piece together some nice hits there. 1-0 count. Pitch to Lawson. Hits that one at Masoni. She's going to have to make a good throw over. Demchek's got it. Great play by Masoni. Happy birthday to her. I love these quick outs we've been seeing from the Dragons. Coles has done a near-perfect job at managing contact, making sure she's in command. She wants the weak contact. She can trust her defense. It's been the key to the Dragons holding Monmouth to a goose egg in the run column. Comes Jayla Cathena. First pitch swinging. Shuley's going to run in and grab it. So very quickly, 2 outs now. The Dragons' defense has been excellent today. Caitlin Place will come up with 2 outs now. Monmouth's catcher is 0 for 1 on the day. Place hitting .231 entering the day, a .365 on-base percentage, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs to her name. His first pitch is in there for a strike. The 0-1. Little low. 1-1. Wow. Coles has retired 14 of 16 today, folks. A masterclass. That one's a little high, so she falls behind Place 2-1. Ran into I don't even want to say a little trouble, but found her first difficulty of the game, walking Bloss and having a 3-ball count to Stern before she got her to line out at the end of the 4th, hoping she's able to find the zone here against Place. 3-1 the count. Coles has been fantastic today, though. Definitely one of her better starts as a Dragon. 3-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Hit foul, and that'll go out of play. Brings the count full. Coles had a complete game shutout with 4 hits, just 1 walk issued versus Towson earlier in the Dragons CAA play. She's gone the complete game multiple times this year. As that one's hit well, foul. Redding's going to run over just out of reach of her glove. And we'll do it again. Count remains full to Caitlin Place. Coles looking to get strikeout number 3 here. But if not, find some weak contact and count on this fantastic defense. The 3-2. Put in play, hit well. Back, gonna go off the fence. Shuli's gonna grab it and make the throw into second. But Place reaches safely with a big double. First extra base hit of the day for Monmouth. Second hit of the game for Monmouth. And they'll bring in a pinch runner for Place. Or scratch that, she was dropping off some gear. They pinch ran for her yesterday. And here comes Olivia Smith, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The right fielder made a great play earlier in this game, diving to get a catch. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Yeah, that was a McKenna Rowlands. Hit that ball well out to her. She was able to get herself under it. Big swing there, brings the count even 1-1. Like I mentioned earlier, Smith is in the midst of a hot streak after a really cold start to the season. Hit successfully in 12 of her last 14 games. Fouls that one back. Now 2 strikes on the junior. She hit .294 last season at Ryder. Stole 7 bases. The 1-2 from Coles to Smith. Low and away, brings the count even to 2-2. Place still at second. She has solid speed, 2 for 3 on the base paths this season. Fouls that one off. It hits off the glove of Rowlands, but stays in foul territory. So, count remains 2-2 here. Dominique Lopez at the top of the order would be next. Runner on second is Place. 2 outs, 2-2 count. The pitch from Coles. Fouled back, and Liv Smith stays alive. .321 on base percentage for Smith this season. Very solid number. Only a .319 slugging percentage. She had a triple a few games ago. But not an incredibly power hitter, but someone who knows situational hitting better than anybody. Gets the bat on that one. Rowland's going to try and get it. Bounces off the fence. And so this lengthy at bat will continue. Still 2 outs here. For Monmouth, they could really use a base runner from in Olivia Smith here. So they have just 7 outs to play with. That one low brings the count full. So Coles has only walked 1 today. She walked 1 yesterday, hoping not to make it 2. She struggled at times with hits, not today, but walks all season long. She has been great at limiting. True testament to the maturity of such a great freshman pitcher. As that one's put into play right at Smink. Quick throw over to first, and they retire the side. A double from Caitlin Place. She's not able to score. Monmouth still with no runs. Dragons with 2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Like these everyday heroes who trust IBX with their health coverage. Healthcare workers and hospitals have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. We're the #1 health insurer in the region and invested in what matters to our communities. When it comes to protecting your health and well-being, count on IBX to be there for you.
Hey there, I'm Jordan Schwartz. I'm one of the co-creators of Retirement Planning University, a holistic retirement planning course designed to give you an in-depth approach to 6 of the most important aspects for a successful retirement plan. The goal of this course is to better inform you on how each of these topics can play a crucial role when it comes to your retirement. We can't wait for you to join us at one of our next Retirement Planning University virtual or in-person courses. We'll see you then.
And a peek over at how we're looking today at Drexel softball field. Like I've mentioned, it is a stunning day, folks. Usually the wind picks up over here. If you're expecting 10 miles per hour at Vitus, it'll be 15, but not today. It has been near perfect as Annabelle Smink returns to the plate. First pitch from Imont in there for a strike. Imont, 4 hits allowed over 4 innings of work, 2 runs, 3 strikeouts so far. 0-1 to Smink. That one's low. Brings the count even. Smink is 0 for 1 on the day. She popped up to the shortstop Lawson a little earlier. That was back in the 3rd. She did come up in the 4th, but Demchek trying to steal a base and Bergman getting caught on her way home means she comes up again. And now has a 2-1 advantage on Imont. That one popped up. Under it is Stern. And a quick first out. Sure, Alyssa Imont is appreciative of that after a little bit of a lengthier bottom of the 4th for her. And now we'll see Quinn Cunningham, the right fielder. She was the one that broke the Dragons' hitless streak. They were 0 for 8 to start the day. She got a big double, her second this week, that bounced off the top of the fence and bounced on the glass half-empty side, not quite over. Still looking for that first career collegiate home run as strike 1 is thrown from Imont. Gets her bat on that one, popped right to Stern. And the second one, that was popped up to Stern in a row for the second out. And that'll bring up Olivia Shuley now. 0 for 2 on the day. 0 for 2 or 0 for 3 yesterday. Not something she's accustomed to. Consistency has been the story of her season. She was hitting like at a crazy rate at the bottom of the lineup, moved her way up to the 2 spot, now the 1 spot as Kyla Redding moves down to 2, and she takes ball 1. But Shuley has really been impressive this season. She was a member of the All-South Jersey team in high school. That one in there for a strike, 1-1. Funny enough, softball runs in the family for the Shuleys. Her sister Brianna is a standout player for Keene University. Shuley, over 5 multi-hit games this season. She hits that one foul. 3 Monmouth Hawks ran over to try to grab it. No one was able to. So the count goes to 0-2, or 1-2. So 2 outs. Shuley has 2 strikes on her. Kyla Redding on deck with Jackie Masoni in the hole. Imont looking to have a successful 5th. That one hit just left of that third base line. So count remains 1-2. The Dragons' top three are hitless today. Redding reached on an error and scored. That one put into play. Stern again. And Stern made the play on all three of those. So 1, 2, 3, thanks to Gianna Stern. Down go the Dragons. Still 2-0 lead for Drexel as we head to the top of the 6th here on Flo College. And we welcome you back, Courtney Coles. First pitch. In there for a strike to Dominique Lopez. First hitter in this top of the 6th. Lopez is 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out and grounded out. Coles looking to go the distance here. That one's scampers by Bergman for ball 1. 1-1 count. Lopez hitting .291 entering the day. She was CAA co-player of the week a month ago. Co-rookie of the week, excuse me. The Jackson, New Jersey native making her impact felt here in year 1. 1-1. In the dirt. 2-1 now. Coles. Just 3 base runners allowed today. Looking for another quick inning. 2-1. Put into play. Rowland's got it. Throws over to first. Demchek's got it. A connection unlike any other. Kenna Rowlands to Devin Demchek across the diamond. They make it look automatic. She has been settling into third base incredibly. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Sammy Miller. 0 for 2 on the day. No extra base hits on the season. She's still searching for her first. Coles gets set in the circle. The pitch. In there for strike 1. Sammy Miller, Group 4 state champion at Watchung Hills. Hits that one right to Coles. And another quick ground out here in this top of the 6th. That's been the story all day. We're in the top of the 6th inning, and it has been just over an hour since we started this broadcast. Truly incredible how quickly both these pitchers have been able to work without really being phased by much. Aside from the 1 inning against Imont, she's looked just as good as Coles. That one hit foul for strike 1 by Ella Stevenson. Stevenson, .286 batter entering the day, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs for the UMass transfer. She was a 2-time New Jersey softball state champion at Watchung High School. Pitch upstairs brings the count even to 1-1. Coles has kept her game face all day so far. Nothing has phased the freshman. Her best start in a little while now. That one put into play. Oh, under the glove of Rowland, so it'll go out to left. Again, not big contact, but Monmouth able to find their 3rd hit of the day. But every time they have gotten a hit, it has been with 2 outs, and they've not been able to convert anything after that. But Mackenzie Bloss, one of their better bats in this lineup, 0 for 1 with a walk today. Had a good at-bat versus Coles last time up. Looking for a hit with 2 outs. Rolls that one over to Rollins. It'll stay fair. Throws it over to Demchek. And Bloss is frustrated. No, they called that a foul ball. Excuse me, folks. Umpire raised the fist there. 0-1 is the count. Now to Mackenzie Bloss. I think Rowlands grabbed that a little too early, didn't let it progress. That one fouled back, so Bloss quickly behind 0-2 though. Chance for Coles to exit this inning with just the 1 base runner again. Stevenson has not attempted a stolen base this season. Pitch from Coles, popped up, Rollins under it, and she's got it. Another incredibly quick, efficient inning for the Dragons behind Courtney Coles and some special defense. We head to the bottom of the 6th with the Dragons still up 2-0 here on Flow College.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Show your Drexel pride in every season. Hats, tees, decor, and more. All waiting for you at Rally House, the home for every Dragon.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Like these everyday heroes who trust IBX with their health coverage. Healthcare workers and hospitals have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. We're the #1 health insurer in the region and invested in what matters to our communities. When it comes to protecting your health and well-being, count on IBX to be there for you.
And here we go in the bottom of the 6th. Kyla Redding comes up to the plate. She was the first Dragons run in this game. One of only 2 runs for both teams. 2-0 the Dragons lead. Strike 1 in there. It's been a great day on the mound for Imon, aside from a little bump in the 4th inning. 5 innings, 4 hits. So that one's fouled off. She's quickly ahead on Redding. 0-2. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Nearly identical to her numbers yesterday. Only difference was Monmouth gave her 9 runs of support. Today, they've been held to only 3 hits. As down goes Redding. Wow, Imon attacking Redding on all 3 of those pitches. And just struck out one of the best hitters in the conference on just 3 pitches. Impressive stuff, especially in her 6th inning of work. Now here comes Jackie Missoni, 0 for 2 on the day. She's made some great plays at shortstop. In there for strike 1 to her. 4 strikes in a row for Imont. She's not messing around here. Needs to hold the Dragons to a 0 here in the bottom of the 6th to give her team a chance, as they have just 3 outs remaining in this first game of our doubleheader, game 2 of the series. Count is 1-1, 1 out. Fouled back. So Missoni behind 1-2 now. Imont gets settled in the circle. The payoff. Low and away. Count goes even to 2-2. Designated player Natalie Aldred is on deck. I'd assume we'll see her pitch in game 2 of our doubleheader, followed by McKenna Rowlands, who's been playing all over the place at third. As down goes Masoni. So back-to-back strikeouts to start off the bottom of the sixth for Alyssa Imont. 5 strikeouts on the day now through 5 2/3. And here comes Natalie Aldred. Aldred 1 for 2 with that RBI double that drove in the Dragons' first run. That one in the dirt. Skips past place, but no runners on, so no worries for Monmouth. 1-0. Pitch. Putting the play out to the outfield. Nice knock by Aldred. So Miller will quickly get it in, but second hit of the day for the junior. Big time knock, trying to maybe give the Dragons another insurance run here in the bottom of the sixth with McKenna Rollins on deck. Rollins, 5 RBIs on the season. She's hitting .231. Pittsburgh native. Has collected hits in each of her last 2 games, though. Looking for a big one here. First pitch in there for a strike right down Main Street. It's a testament to Imont's day that she's able to continue to find these zones and make some what look to be unhittable pitches this late in her performance. That one outside. They'll check on Aldred, the runner. She gets back into first safely. So 2 outs. Aldred on first, a 1-1 count to McKenna Rollins. Imont looking super strong through 5 2/3. Here's the pitch. That one a strike 2. So now ahead on Rollins, 1-2. Imont, that one was low, so count evens at 2-2 now. After Rollins, it's Macy Bergman for the Dragons. However, if they do not score here and can hold Monmouth to 1 run or less in the top of the 7th, this ball game will be over. But never fear, we'll have another one right after as Rollins hits that one well, but right into the glove of Sammy Miller. That'll retire the side. 1 hit for the Dragons, 2 strikeouts for Alyssa Imont, as it's still 2-0 as we head to the 7th here on Flow College.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
KOP! Yes! Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain.
Do we have time for Santa? If we have time for wildlife at the zoo!
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants. Yum!
Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
Team Behind the Team means to me that support group that stands behind our athletes to be able to allow them to be successful in what they do on a day-to-day basis.
My goal is always the same: meet the athlete where they are, help them be their best selves, but also minimize their risk.
I'm excited to be part of Drexel to be able to help take care of athletes that are really at their prime.
Rothman Orthopedics definitely has the experience that is necessary to provide elite level care to elite level athletes here at Drexel University.
You're good. And it's time for the top of the 7th here. First pitch in there for a strike to Gianna Stern. Courtney Coles, folks, is having a incredible day. 6 scoreless innings, only 3 hits, 1 walk, in search of another shutout for her this season. Stern fouls that one back, rather to the third baseline, 0-2. Stern is 0 for 2 on the day, 276 entering the day. Monmouth has only been able to manage 3 hits, similar to the Dragons yesterday, who could only get 4 against Imont. Coles, the pitch. A little outside, so 1-2 count to Stern now. It'll be Stern, then Bree Lawson, who's 1 for 2, and Jayla Cathena, who's 0 for 2. Followed by Caitlin Place, who's 1 for 2 with the only extra base hit, which was that double that came in the 5th. That one a little upstairs, so Stern brings the count even 2-2. Really has been an impressive game for the Dragons. Offensively, they've had one big inning, but that's really all it took with the strength of Coles in the defense. That one upstairs. So from 0-2 to 3-2, Coles, I'm sure, getting a little tired. Pitched 3 1/3 yesterday, already 6 today. 9 innings, in under 24 hours. It's a lot to ask. As that one's popped up, Redding might have room. She does. Oh, it pops out of her glove at the last second. Redding tracked that ball down perfectly. She can't hold on to it. Dragons faithful showed up in droves today. We got good amount of fans over on the third base line, rocking in some lawn chairs, and then first base side, some visitors from Monmouth, maybe not too far of a drive to get to West Philly. Full count here, and she fouls it off, stays alive. Stern making a tough at bat for Courtney Coles. She's trying to complete this performance. (3-2) again. She hits that one well, but deep foul ball there. That might have cleared the fence had it stayed fair. 4 home runs this season for Gianna Stern. She's got to be close to finding the pitch she wants as this at-bat continues to lengthen. 3-2. Puts that one into play. It'll have to drop for Redding. She'll get it over to second quickly, but a base hit number 4 on the day for Monmouth. And the first base runner Monmouth has had without 2 outs already. Every time they've had a base runner, it's been 2 outs and then a third out right after. Now a leadoff single for Gianna Stern. A chance for the Hawks to chip away at the Dragons' 2-run lead. And now we will have a pinch runner for Gianna Stern. Get you her number momentarily. Here comes Bree Lawson, the shortstop. Shows bunt. Places it down, but it's a foul. And pinch runner, that's going to be number 8, Gianna Scotti. She entered the game as a pinch runner yesterday and scored. .438 on-base percentage this season, despite only batting .182. She's been a walk machine when she gets playing time. Used more recently as a pinch runner. But now Scotti on first as the pinch runner. 4 for 4 on the base paths this season. Always a threat to steal. Pitch from Coles in there for... Oh, outside for a ball, excuse me. Looked like a good location there. Coles has not had a ton of bad misses at all. Now 1-1 to Bree Lawson, who's 1 for 2 on the day. One of the 4 Hawks with a hit. Successfully lays the bunt down. They'll go over to first. They won't be able to get the out at second, but first out nonetheless. So the put out, and that'll bring up Jayla Cathena. 0 for 2 on the day. Now Drexel's going to bring the infield in, have a little conference. Coles, I'd be shocked if she were to leave the game here. Seems like just a quick conference with head coach Brooke Coleman. Coleman arrives at Drexel from Gettysburg, where she led the team to a Centennial Conference regular season and regional championship, as well as guiding the program to the highest national rankings the school and any member of the conference has ever reached. She had a 93-35 record with the Gettysburg Bullets. Prior to that, she was head coach at MIT, led the Engineers to the Super Regional in 2019, making NCAA tournament appearances in 2019 and 2022. From everything I've heard from the Dragons, the energy with Coach Coleman has been a great and refreshing thing to have here at Vitus this season. So here comes Jayla Cathena. First pitch, just outside for ball one. I'm a big fan of Monmouth's chants today. J-A to the Y-L-A. Cathena, first home run of the season yesterday. Gets her bat on that one, just to the left of the third baseline. 4 strike 1. Cathena hitting .297, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Transferred in from Dominican D2 University. 1-1 count from Coles. The pitch. Just high. Brings it 2-1. So 1 out. Scotty on second. It's the pinch runner. Caitlin Place on deck. Cathena, 2-1 advantage on Coles. Here's the pitch. Hits that one right at Cunningham. Tagging is Scotty. She'll make it with ease. So Cathena's fly out, or line out rather, advances the runner, but moves Monmouth to a possibility of this being their final batter of the game, down to their final out here in the top of the 7th. And if it is, what a performance from Courtney Coles in this defense. I cannot say it enough. Flawless defense behind her. 6 2/3 scoreless. Let's see if she can go. Bang! Shut out for Courtney Coles and the Dragons. 2-0 victory here in Game 2 of the series, Game 1 of the doubleheader. For Courtney Coles, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Her second shutout in conference play already. An incredibly impressive performance from the freshman. Not a bad day at all for Melissa Iman from Monmouth either. What a way to start off this doubleheader for the Dragons. Before we get into Game 2, I want to give a big thank you to everyone here at Dragons TV and SFBN, to John Galonis, to Stelios Patamoussis, to Greg Starks, to Graham Leonardo, Miles Schulman, Justin Soriano, and Matt Graham. Couldn't do it without our incredible crew. I've been James Biernot. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Flow College. We'll be bringing you Game 2 momentarily. And welcome in, folks, to Drexel softball field here at Vitus Athletic Complex in West Philadelphia for Game 2 of a doubleheader, Game 3 of this very exciting series. Some CAA softball between the home team Drexel Dragons and the visiting Monmouth Hawks. Dragons coming off a 2-0 victory in the early game today. Courtney Coles was fantastic. 7 scoreless innings as she completes the complete game shutout. 4 hits allowed, no runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts for her. Alyssa Imont was great as well for Monmouth. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts for her. As here comes the Dragons defense. And believe it or not, folks, she pitched in Game 1. She pitched in Game 2 and went the whole way. And no matter what, Courtney Coles is going to continue to come out for the Dragons. Number 24 has thrown over 10 innings in the last 24 hours. She got the start in Game 1, got the start and went the whole way in our earlier game today. Now she's going to get the start here in Game 3. Unbelievable for the freshman, and we've been talking about it. She has pitched over 76% of the team's inning this season. Saw Natalie Aldred warming up, saw Maddie Taylor warming up, so we could see both of them enter the game at some point. Looking at the infield defense, it's going to be the same for the Dragons. Devin Demchek at first, Annabelle Smink at second, Jackie Missoni, birthday girl, at short. Happy birthday to Jackie. And then at third, McKenna Rowlands, who's been awesome out there the last few games. In the outfield, it'll be the same. Kyla Redding in left, Olivia Shuley in center, and Quinn Cunningham in right field for the Dragons. It's going to be a similar lineup for Monmouth. They're going to lead it off with Dominique Lopez, the center fielder, followed by Bree Lawson at second and Ella Stevenson at first. Those are their top 3. Same as Game 1 of this series. So we'll kick it off. First pitch from Coles on the way. Outside for ball 1. As we just said, Coles was fantastic in Game 1. She was in command the whole time. All but one of Monmouth's base runners came with 2 outs. Her defense behind her, too, was immaculate. That ball put into play but foul. So count evens at 1 apiece. 1-1 to Dominique Lopez. Lopez went 0 for 3 in the first game. 0 for 2 yesterday. She did walk in Game 1 of the series. 1-1. Pops that one foul off the backstop and over. So 1-2 now. Lopez, one of the top freshmen on this Monmouth squad. We're going to see Kara Sumter as Monmouth's pitcher in this game. She's excelled on both offensive and the mound. That one a little outside. So 2-2 count to Dominique Lopez. Coles hoping to move through the order with the same speed she did in the first of our doubleheader. Lopez gets set. The pitch from Coles. That one popped up. Missoni going to run over. Smink calling for it. They bump into each other, but she's got it for the first out. That'll bring up Bree Lawson. Lawson went 1 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader yesterday. Lawson was 2 for 2 with a run and an RBI. So 3 hits already in this series, looking to continue hitting the ball well. 1 out for the Dragons here. First pitch to Lawson. Fouled. Demchek almost able to make the catch. She went a long way to go out and try to get that one. No luck, but strike 1 nonetheless. Here comes the pitch from Coles. The 0-1. Popped up again. Demchek going to run over again. Bergman as well, and she's got it. Little basket catch for the catcher, Bergman. Gets the second out and 2 pop-outs, 2 outs. Now that'll bring up Ella Stevenson, the first base. Stevenson went 1 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader yesterday. Stevenson was 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. So, like Lawson, she has 3 hits on the series. First pitch swinging sends that one just left of the third baseline for strike 1. After Stevenson, it's Mackenzie Bloss, followed by Gianna Stern, playing third base and second base, respectively. 2 outs. Stevenson in the box. The 0-1. Fouls that one out of play for strike 2. Coles went 1-2-3 in the first inning of our first game. Now with 2 strikes on Stevenson, she's going to look to do it again. Number 24 in the circle. The pitch. Just outside for ball 1. A lot of balls hit to the left side of the diamond in game 1. Rowlands and Redding both got a lot of work out there. The 1-2. Popped up. Bergman's going to look for it, but it's well out of play and foul. So count remains at 1-2. Dragons have a new leadoff hitter for game 2, and that's Quinn Cunningham, who's primarily hitting the 8 or 9 spot, now moving up to 1. That one popped up. Sminks got it. 3 pop-ups, 3 outs, 1, 2, 3. Down go the Hawks. Courtney Coles looking great again as we head to the bottom of the first, where Quinn Cunningham will get it started for the Dragons here on Flow College. And we're back for the bottom of the first here on Flow College. New pitcher for game 2 of our doubleheader from Monmouth. It's Kara Sumter. Sumter, freshman from Harrington, Delaware. 14 appearances this season, 7 starts for the freshman. That one a little high for ball 1. Sumter's pitched to a 4.76 ERA. 2-3 record. She struck out 41 over 57, only 10 walks. Really great at limiting the walks. The hits, on the other hand, not as strong as the count moves to 1-1 with the first strike there. So Cunningham moves up to the 1 spot in the Dragons order. They've been mixing up the top of the lineup a little bit. Redding got that most of the season. Now we've been seeing Shuley at the top, and now Cunningham. She puts that one into play right at Bloss. Throw over to first. And that's the first out. 5-3 on the putout. And that'll bring up Olivia Shuley, the center fielder. Shuley went 0 for 3 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Yesterday, Shuley was also 0 for 3. A rare hitless stretch for the freshman who's been so consistent all season long. Pitch from Sumter. First pitch in there for a strike. Sumter was a standout two-way player at Lake Forest High School. Has been really strong on both sides of the ball for Monmouth so far this season. The 0-1. Shuley pops it up. That'll go out of play. 0-2. Sumter had a complete game win against Albany earlier this season. Also had a complete game win against Bethune-Cookman. That was in the same weekend tournament for them. That one foul, so Shuley will return to the box. After Shuley, it'll be Kyler Redding, the left fielder, moving into the 3 spot in the order. And then Natalie Aldred, the designated player, in the cleanup spot. Lopez, who's the center fielder, shifted way towards left, as is the right fielder, Smith. And down goes Shuley. Yep. Get the call from the third base ump. So quickly, Sumter has 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And here comes Kyler Redding. Redding was 0 for 3, but reached on an error and scored in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. She was 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch in there for a strike. So good to see Kara Sumter from Monmouth attacking early. Impressive stuff for the freshman. We've seen Courtney Coles, the Dragons freshman ace, do a good job of that today. That one inside, 1-1. Some good velocity on that pitch from Sumter. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Redding at the plate. Here's the pitch. Puts that one just left of the third baseline for foul, strike 2. Wow, right at the second baseman Stern. She makes the grab. She's been great today. 1-2-3 inning on both sides in the first. No score on Flo College.
Today's world demands more from the next generation. Their education must not only be good, but good for something. As a global leader in experiential education, Drexel University is preparing a community of visionary leaders to question everything, to experience everything in the fields that matter. Because we refuse to stand still. Experience what education can be. Drexel University.
And we welcome you back for the top of the second here. Mackenzie Bloss going to lead it off for Monmouth. Courtney Coles returns to the mound. First pitch swinging right at Rowland. She's got it over to first. And 1 pitch, 1 out to start the top of the second. Well, for Courtney Coles, this is the start of inning number 9 for her on the day, as she pitched the whole game in game 1, a complete game shutout. Now on to inning number 2 of game 2. Working just as quickly as she did in game 1 as Gianna Stern, second baseman, comes up. First pitch in there for strike 1. Stern in game 1 was incredible defensively. Made that great grab to end the bottom of the first. Stern was 1 for 3 in the first game as well. That one upstairs brings the count even to 1-1. Jayla Cathena, the designated player, is on deck. One. Good location, just a little high. So Stern takes a 2-1 advantage in this at-bat. Coles again in the circle. The pitch, foul ball, 2-2. Both teams have hit a ton over to that left side. A lot of foul balls out of the reach of Rowlands and Redding. 2-2 now the count. Stern looking for her second hit of the day. First hit for Monmouth in this game, something they're still seeking out. 1 out. The 2-2. Popped up and out of play. Count remains 2-2. So we'll do it again. Still 1 out. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Ooh. Another good miss, though, by Coles. Really not wasting any pitches there, trying to get more swing and miss. Only struck out 2 in the first game of this doubleheader, but got a lot of weak contact to the infield, which resulted in a lot of quick outs for the Dragons. 3-2. Popped up. Shuley under it. And that's 2 outs now. Nice play by Liv Shuley. As reliable as they come out in center field. And that'll bring up Jayla Cathena. Cathena hit her first home run of the season yesterday, a 2-run knock. Hitting .297 on the season. 0 for 3 in the first game today. First pitch is up for ball 1. Monmouth bench getting loud. Cheer on one of their seniors in Cathena. That one right down Main Street, in for a strike, 1-1. Coles looking for her second straight 1-2-3 inning. The 1-1. Put into play. Demchek stays in front of it and puts a foot on the bag. Nice play by Devin Demchek to retire the side. 1-2-3. Down go the Hawks again. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the second here on Flow College.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Like these everyday heroes who trust IBX with their health coverage. Healthcare workers and hospitals have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. We're the #1 health insurer in the region and invested in what matters to our communities. When it comes to protecting your health and well-being, count on IBX to be there for you.
Yo, how you doing, Philly? Joints aching, hands cramping, back out of whack? At Rothman Orthopedics, practicing specialized care has been their passion for 50 years. Their mission, high quality, compassionate, affordable care rooted in research. So knock back that water ice, run those rocky steps, and root for our teams like no other fans in the country. Not for nothing, cuz that aspirin can only do so much. They're Rothman Orthopedics, and they specialize in you.
And up to the plate comes Natalie Aldred for the Dragons, the designated player, facing off against Kara Sumter in her second inning of work. Sumter had a 1-2-3 first where she struck out 1, that batter being Olivia Shuley. Now we'll see how she fares against Aldred. First pitch inside for ball 1. Aldred went 2 for 3 in game 1, had the RBI double that brought in the first Dragons run. 0 for 2 yesterday. 1-0. In there for strike 1. It'll be Aldred, Masoni, and Macy Bergman up for the Dragons here in the bottom of the second. Sumter, pitch. Popped up and out of play. Count goes to 1-2. Saw Aldred and Maddie Taylor both warming up throughout game 1 and before game 2. Be interested to see if they try to push Coles to go the whole way again. I would doubt it. She's got to be exhausted after pitching 3 yesterday, 7 in the first game, as that one's hit well past the glove of McLean. And a big-time hit for Natalie Aldred, her third of the day. First Dragon hit of Game 2 of our doubleheader. Natalie Aldred looking great with the bat today. A leadoff double. So here comes Jackie Missoni. Went 0 for 3 in game 1 yesterday. 1 for 2. Putting her swag on. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Good take by Missoni. Celebrating her birthday today. Well, nice gift there for a quick, efficient game 1 victory of the doubleheader. Sure she'd love to go 2-0 on her birthday. She lays down a great bunt there, and they're not going to get her in time. Wow, well done. Perfectly placed bunt by Jackie Missoni as she reaches first with a little birthday hit. Moves Aldred over to third, and now the Dragons have runners at the corners with no outs for Macy Bergman. Bergman went 1 for 2 with an RBI single in game 1 of our doubleheader. She drove in Aldred. Chance to do the same here. On the season, that was RBI number 18 for Macy Bergman. Having a really stellar offensive season, one of the best catchers in the conference. First pitch from Sumter. In there for a strike. They'll try to get Missoni. She steals with ease. Now 2 Dragons in scoring position. They did the throw down to third to check on Aldred instead. Aldred has not stolen a base this year. For Missoni, that was her 4th. Stole one in game 1 of the series as well. Popped up. Out towards Lopez. Aldred is sent. They're going to throw it over to third. She's not there. And a sac fly by Macy Bergman drives in run number 1 of game 2 today. 1-0. The Dragons go up. Jackie Missoni stays at second. 1 out. And up will come Devin Demchak. Wow. Love the walk-up music for the Dragons today. Keeping the energy high. First pitch to Demchak. Outside for ball 1. The lefty got a hit in game 1. Went 1 for 2. A master at getting on base. Swings the bat there. Lawson's got it, so a quick second out. But not able to get anything else as Missoni stays on the bag. And up comes Annabelle Smink. Smink went 0 for 2 in game 1. 14 RBIs on the season. Dragons coach having a word with the umpire there at home plate. Pitcher Sumter gets a moment to breathe. Now they're going to have the umpires come out to the mound. Demchak has not walked off the field yet. Despite it seeming like she had grounded out. Blues having a conference in the circle. Sumter's infield coming to give her some support. Maybe some words of wisdom. Missoni stands on second. Hoping to be the Dragons' second run in this one. Not sure what the little conference is about. Demchak, though, still has not returned to the dugout. Taking some practice swings. Not sure yet what we have this conference for. And now the umpire's going to walk over to Monmouth's dugout. And Demchak walking over as well. So Demchek appears to be coming back up to the plate. See if we can get any sort of communication from PA or the umps. Well, Demchek returns to the plate now. Dragons still up 1-0. And we're back to 1 out. So I guess something happened there where Demchek gets another attempt now. That one fouled back. Strike one. So 0-1 count, 1 out to Devin Demchek. Sumter gets set and fires. That one popped up. Gonna be tough to find, and it drops in. Monmouth's triangle of defenders were not able to find that ball, and Demchek finds herself with a little blue pit there. Masoni stays on second, so now runners on first and second. 1 out, and here comes Annabelle Smink. As previously mentioned, she went 0 for 2 in game 1. Looking for RBI number 15 on the year with 2 Dragons on base. Sumter gets set. First pitch. She's swinging. Runners in motion. They'll tag Demchek. They'll throw it to first. Double play. Well played by the second baseman Stern, who has been showing her defensive prowess all day long. Dragons get 1, but are held to just that in the bottom of the second. We'll take it to the third here on Flow College. And we welcome you back. Up to the plate for Monmouth is going to be the pitcher in today's game, Kara Sumter. Sumter hitting 300 on the season. First pitch swinging there, deep, back by the wall, and home run number 2 on the season for the pitcher, Kara Sumter. She let in a run in the bottom of the second and now adds one back herself as that ball was smoked. Oh my goodness, nice hit there by Kara Sumter to get the scoring started for Monmouth. First base runner hit and run of the day comes in one swing. First pitch swinging, Kara Sumter goes yard. Big time play there. Wow. Well, Cole's now a chance to reset a little bit. First pitch swinging is Place, but under it is Shuley. So 2 pitches to start off the inning. One was hit about a mile over the fence. Second one popped up right to Liv Shuley. That was the catcher, Caitlin Place. Now it's going to be the 9-hitter, Olivia Smith, who will once again be serving out in right field. Monmouth doing something interesting with their lineup here as Smith lays down a bunt, stays in front of the bag. Bergman going to throw it over, and they got her. What a throw over to first by Bergman. And so 3 pitches, 2 outs, and a home run. Very improbable inning. Talking about improbable and a little unique, looking at Monmouth's lineup, usually you'll have the designated player come in and hit for the pitcher. Instead, they have the pitcher Sumter hitting, and for good reason. She just went yard there. But the left fielder, Kylie McLean, serving only for defense as of right now. Not something you see every game. That one hit pretty well, Redding right under it. And so 4 pitches, 3 outs, and a home run. What an odd inning, but an inning nonetheless, where Monmouth ties it up. 1-1 here as we head to the bottom of the third. And we're back after that very short but productive inning. We're here in the bottom of the third. McKenna Rowland starting it off for the Dragons. First pitch in there for a strike as Kara Sumter returns to the mound for her 4th inning of work. What a knock that was. A big-time home run for home run number 2 on the season. Sumter doesn't get a lot of opportunities at the plate, but has made the most of them this season. Slugging percentage was .700 entering the day. It's going to jump up a bit now. 1-1 is the count to McKenna Rollins as we start the bottom of the third, her 3rd inning of work. First inning was 1-2-3. Is that one in there for a strike, 1-2 count. Then she let in the double to Aldred and 2 other hits that allowed the Dragons to get their first run. Now in the bottom of the third, hoping for an inning more similar to the first. 1-2. Rollins hits it right to Sumter. Little lob over to first, and that was the first out. And it will take us back to the top of the order, and Quinn Cunningham, who went 0 for 1. Started the day 0 for 1. She grounded out to the third baseman, Bloss. First game flew by. Now we are here in game 2, and it is flying by as well. It's just 28 minutes in. We are already here in the bottom of the third. First pitch in there for a strike, and Sumter attacking the Dragons early. That one put into play. Bloss has it. And another 5-3 ground out for Quinn Cunningham. 2nd out of the inning. Quick innings all around for both sides. Sumter's been really solid. Coles has been really solid. That 1 home run is the only hit she's allowed. And it was to her opposing pitcher in today's game. Now here's Olivia Shuley 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, first pitch swinging. That goes right to Dominique Lopez. She was shifted perfectly. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning sends us to the top of the 4th. Still got a tie ball game here, 1-1. You're not going to want to miss it here on Flow College.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Show your Drexel pride in every season. Hats, tees, decor, and more. All waiting for you at Rally House, the home for every Dragon.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Lizzie's Love Cakes, a bunt pound cake company with a soul-satisfying crunch on top. Lizzie was my mother, who was known for her comforting, radiating smile. This is a love letter to all the women in my family. Every single flavor is named after one of my aunts and my grandmother. When you bite into a Lizzie Love Cake, It is like embracing a warm hug. Check us out, Lizzie'sLoveCakes.com.
Well, usually, folks, a softball game can be a marathon, but today this feels like a 100-yard dash. We are flying through it, both games. First pitch to Brie Lawson in there for a strike from Courtney Coles, entering her 4th inning of work in Game 2. 7 innings in Game 1, 3 1/3 yesterday. Who better than Courtney Coles? And that one outside, so a 1-1 count now to Brie Lawson. Well, for Coles, we've talked all day about how efficient she's been. Not a lot of deep counts. She's only struck out 2. Had a lot of support from her defense. As Lawson gets set to take the 1-1. That one upstairs, so 2-1 now. But even in the last inning, first pitch home run to start the inning from Cara Sumter. Then she got a 1-pitch fly out, a 1-pitch ground out, and a 1-pitch fly out. So showing that efficiency and her ability to keep her confidence. That one's popped up. It'll stay in play. Smink's got it over her shoulder. Cunningham probably had a better read on it, but Smink, the veteran, says, I got that. So 1 out now. It'll bring up Ella Stevenson, 0 for 1 on the day. She, too, popped out to Annabelle Smink, something that 3 Monmouth Hawks have all done. Smink's been getting some action at second base. Stevenson in the box. Cole's in the circle. The pitch. First pitch swinging, and she was late on that. Big strike there from Courtney Coles. Wants to try to hold Monmouth again. Just 1 hit and base runner in Game 2 so far. That one's popped up into foul territory. Demchek's got it. A lot of quick pop-ups today in this one. Coles has just been jamming every Hawk from top to bottom in this lineup. And quickly, we have 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Here comes Mackenzie Bloss. First pitch swinging, and another pop-up. This time, Shuli's got it. And so another super quick inning for the Dragons defense, and Courtney Coles will head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 1-1. And leading it off for the Dragons here in the bottom of the 4th is going to be the left fielder Kyla Redding, 0 for 1 on the day, hitting north of 400 for the season, though. First pitch from Sumter. She's swinging, fouls it back, and that'll be strike 1. Well, if you were just tuning in and expecting us to be at a much earlier stage in the game, it can be explained. This has been incredibly quick. 1, 2, 3 innings. Quick at-bats as Redding takes a big swing there for strike 2. And just over half an hour in, we are already in the bottom of the 4th in what has been a great game and a great day if you are a fan of pitching. Game 1, it was a great matchup between Coles and Imont as Redding fouls that one back. Now Game 2, Coles back out there looking just as good, if not better, taking on Cara Sumter, who had 3 base runners allowed in the second, no base runners aside from that. Redding gets her bat on that one, sends it out towards some Dragons fans near right field. Count stays 0-2. In both these games, it's been a matter of just a few moments that have decided them. As Redding gets a bat on that one, she's got wheels and an infield hit. Great work by Kyla Redding to beat out the throw from the pitcher Sumter. She bobbled it a little bit, picking it up. Stevenson didn't quite have it on the reception too, so good work by Redding to be a leadoff base runner. And now Natalie Aldred, who is red hot today, comes to the plate. 2 doubles. She's scored twice, 3 hits in total. She is 3 for 4. And it's made contact with the ball all 4 times, so look for her, put something in play, and get Redding moving here. Pitch from Sumter. Aldred puts it in play. They'll step on the bag at second. They can't get the out at first, so they'll get the force there. Aldred hits into a fielder's choice. 1 away. That'll bring up Jackie Masoni, who's had a very nice birthday, I'm sure. A win, a single, a stolen base, and some great plays at short for our grad student. First pitch there is low for ball 1. Sumter gets set, the 1-0. That one low too, 2-0. In all 3 games, they've continuously checked on Aldred to make sure she's not moving. But Aldred has not attempted a stolen base this season. That's just good due diligence. That one low. So very quickly, Masoni ahead on Sumter, 3-0. Chance for her to get on base for the second time in Game 3 of this series. Here's Sumter, the pitch. That one's low, so a 4-pitch walk issued. Now 2 on with just 1 out. Aldred on second, Masoni on first. And that'll bring up Macy Bergman, who had a sac fly her last time up, which drove in Aldred. She has 2 RBIs between the 2 games. 19 on the season. Chance to get number 20 by moving Aldred or Masoni towards home plate. First pitch from Sumter. Right down the pipe for strike 1. After Bergman, it's Devin Demchek, Annabelle Smink, McKenna Rowlands, and then the top of the lineup. Bergman, the 6th hitter in the order for the Dragons. 1-1 game, 1 out. 0-1 count to Bergman. Here's the pitch. She's swinging. Pops it up. Stevenson calls for it. And that'll be the 2nd out, holding both runners to their bases respectively. And bringing up Devin Demchek. Demchek got a hit in Game 1. Ran into her in between the breaks. She was pretty pumped up about that hit. And then followed it up with a hit in her first at-bat here in Game 2. So great work by Demchek. Being productive today. First pitch. In there for a strike. Now a chance for her. Look for RBI number 8 on the season for the Bath, PA native. Good pitch there, a little high, brings the count even, 1-1. 2 outs here in a tie game. Even a little bloop could be the differentiation factor. Demchek hits that well, Lopez under it, and that'll do it. So Dragons add on a hit and a walk, but cannot come around to score. Game stays tied at 1-1 as we head to the 5th here on Flow College. And we welcome you into the top of the fifth. Courtney Cole's out there again. First pitch is high to Gianna Stern. Stern 0 for 1 today. 1 for 3 in game 1. Been showing off on defense, though. A lot of well-positioned plays where she's showing that defensive intelligence. Knows where she needs to be in every situation. For Monmouth, they've been shifting well, too, where with the outfield, Lopez, center fielder, has been in the right spot, not having to move for a lot of the flyouts. So a 2-0 count to Stern here. Coles working in her 12th inning of today. Gets that one in for a strike. Her, what is it now, 15th or 16th inning of the series, of which she's thrown every inning. That one, a little high. Had to check with the first base ump. Coles has had 3 1-2-3 innings and a 1-2-3 third inning after the home run from Cara Sumter, which was on 3 pitches. So she has been working as efficiently as possible. That one, though, goes a little high. So a walk issued by Coles to Stern. Her 13th walk of the season. A little march and cheer from the Monmouth bench to celebrate that. And up comes Jayla Kathena. Grounded out to Devin Demchek last time. She handled it herself. First pitch is low. Stern has not stolen a base this season or attempted a steal, but Coles and Bergman keeping an eye on her anyway. Kathena. Here comes the 1-0. That one upstairs. JA to the YLA as her teammates cheer for her. Kathena 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader, but got her first home run of the season yesterday, which very closely followed Mackenzie Bloss's 4th. That one inside, so Coles again behind on a Monmouth batter. Not how she wanted to start off this 5th. But with Maddie Taylor's arm very fresh and Natalie Aldred's arm fairly fresh, they both could be in action if she runs into difficulty. Don't want to say that, though. She gets the strike in there. As the walk that she just issued and the home run to Sumter are the only 2 base runners for Monmouth in this final game of the series. The rubber match. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Count goes full. As we've mentioned prior, Monmouth took the first game yesterday. 9 runs. Some great interconnected team hitting yesterday, as well as Alyssa Imont being pretty unbelievable on the mound. Helped them get a big win. Then, earlier today, Courtney Coles was near perfect in a 2-0 Drexel victory. Now, a 1-1 tie. As that one's hit well, Redding can't quite get to it. It'll bounce out to the wall. Stern's going to head to third. They'll make the throw there. They won't quite get her. And a big double from Jayla Kathena, who's having a nice series for herself, as now Monmouth has 2 in scoring position with no outs in a tie ball game. And as we've said, this could be the moment. It took just 1 inning in game 1 for the Dragons to get those 2 runs. It was just a moment when Cara Sumter had that big home run that tied it up. And it could be just a moment here where she has an opportunity to drive in some more runs with Stern on third and Kathena on second. Dragons infield giving Coles some support here as she tries to escape her first real jam of games 1 or 2. Only time in either of these games she's allowed more than 1 base runner in an inning. That is unbelievable for the freshman. Sumter at the dish. First pitch bounces off the glove of Bergman. Not far enough for Stern to come home. Here comes Coach, however. Have a quick word with her pitcher, Courtney. Likely to discuss matchups rather than a substitution. And after the game she had earlier and the performance she's putting together right now, I don't think anyone is more deserving of CAA Freshman of the Week, an award that seems like she should have earned it at this point in the season. But for the Dragons, a need for them to keep the ball on the ground, keep it in front of them. For Coles, try to miss some bats here, maybe a strikeout or two. She has not struck out a batter here in game 2, just 2 strikeouts in game 1. That one a little outside. So falls behind Sumter 2-0. Last time Sumter was up, she hit that home run. First pitch swinging. So behind 2-0. Coles. The pitch. Big swing there, and that's exactly what she needed for her confidence. It's got to be pretty cool, too, as a pitcher in either of their situations. Battling off against your opposing pitcher. At the plate, Sumter fouls that back, so count evens at 2-2 now. And after throwing 3 balls to both Stern and Cathena, she's a chance to maybe set down Sumter without doing the same. Here's the pitch. Big swing there. Strikeout number 1 on the day, or of game 2, not of the day, for Courtney Coles. Really great pitch there. She fell behind as she did with both Stern and Cathena, but unfazed by the 2 base runners in scoring position. And gets the first out, a crucial out. And now Caitlin Place comes up. She flew out to Liv Shuley in center, her first time up. The pitch. Just a tad outside. Not a bad location whatsoever. Place doubled in game 1 of the doubleheader. 1 for 3 in that game. 1 for 4 on the day. She got a hit yesterday too. 2 doubles in this series. Pops that one up. Pretty well hit. Shuley moving back. She's got it at the wall. What a play. They'll throw it in. 1 run will come in. But Liv Shuley just saved many more. What a play by the freshman center fielder. They're going to make sure she's okay as she hit her head there. Oh my goodness. I have not seen many plays that surpass that here in the outfield of Drexel softball field. Understanding how to track that ball, understanding her proximity to the wall. She knew she was going to have to bounce off of it. Takes a little bit of the hurt there, but saves the Dragons from this game being blown open. Now walking closer towards Cunningham. Seems like they're shifting her a little bit. That one gets to Missoni. She won't have time to get the throw, and another run comes in. Tough break there for Coles and the Dragons defense. Really handled both those plays as best they could, but some great situational hitting from Monmouth now puts them up 3-1. Excuse me, Smith was not out there. She was able to reach base, so an infield hit, not a ground out. Missoni could not get that throw in time. And now it's the top of the order with Dominique Lopez, 0 for 2 in game 2, 0 for 3 in game 1. Hitless in the series. She did have a walk. Bergman checks on the runner Smith at first. Smith, 3 for 3 on the base paths. tough breaks there for the Dragons. Really well played ball by Sully. Masoni able to stay in front of it, not allow Smith to get to second with her speed. That one in there for a strike. So a 2-1 count now to Dominique Lopez, as this is the first inning Monmouth's been able to string together multiple base runners, and they've been able to capitalize off of it. That one hit well, but foul. Evens the count 2-2. Both these teams looking to get a win to even themselves out in the CAA standings. Both teams in the North Division. Monmouth at 3-8, Drexel at 4-7. That one a little high, a good take. Count goes full. Dominique Lopez showing off good discipline as a freshman. 13 walks on the season. Helps her get that .371 on base percentage she had entering the day. Pitch from Coles, payoff. Put out to center. Shuli's under it. And that will retire the side. Not before Monmouth adds on 2, giving them the 3-1 advantage as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on Flo College.
At Independence Blue Cross, we take care of the people who take care of you. Like these everyday heroes who trust IBX with their health coverage. Healthcare workers and hospitals have IBX, and they know what it means to have reliable access to care. We're the #1 health insurer in the region and invested in what matters to our communities. When it comes to protecting your health and well-being, count on IBX to be there for you.
Hey there, I'm Jordan Schwartz. I'm one of the co-creators of Retirement Planning University, a holistic retirement planning course designed to give you an in-depth approach to 6 of the most important aspects for a successful retirement plan. The goal of this course is to better inform you on how each of these topics can play a crucial role when it comes to your retirement. We can't wait for you to join us at one of our next Retirement Planning University virtual or in-person courses. We'll see you then.
Well, we just saw Natalie Aldred warming up for the Dragons. A chance she comes in as Courtney Coles ran into her first real difficulty of pitching in either game, which is not a hit at her whatsoever. She has been near perfect. Really, really impressive endurance, confidence from the freshman. Here's Annabelle Smink up for the second time in Game 2, 0 for 1. So far, she grounded out. That one in there for a strike, evens the count at 1 apiece. Cara Sumter out for her 5th inning of work. 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout through 4 innings so far. As Smink hits that one well, but foul. Drexel fan almost made a Jumbotron level catch there. So the count 1-2 now, score 3-1. Annabelle Smink puts that one in play. It'll drop in front of Liv Smith. A base hit for Smink. Good way to start off this bottom of the 5th for the Dragons. And that'll bring up McKenna Rowlands, who's playing third base today. Rowlands grounded out to the pitcher Sumter in the 3rd. Game 1, she went 0 for 3. So hitless today, but had hits in the 2 games prior to today. First pitch from Sumter. First pitch swinging. She fouls it off. Cloud coverage starting to come in and cool us off a little bit here at Vitus. It was originally reports of some inclement weather that might hit us, but with the speed of both games, I think we'll miss it. That one popped up and out of play. So Rowlands quickly behind 0-2 on Sumter. Big goal for her is get Smink moving. Get some runners in scoring position here. Hits that one up the middle and a double play. Well done by Gianna Stern, the second baseman, orchestrating that. She's been electric on defense today. And now, after Smink got a nice piece of contact, a double play turns it to 2 quick outs for Cara Sumter. And that'll bring up Quinn Cunningham, 0 for 2 in the game today. She's grounded out twice, right to Mackenzie Bloss, the third base. Cunningham, 1 for 2. In game 1, she had that hit that almost cleared the fence, but turned into a very impressive double. First pitch was a strike there. 0-1 the count. Sumter gets set. Not wasting any time. Cunningham smacks that one foul. And now count 0-2. As we're starting to see a little bit of that iconic Vitus wind pick up. Nothing too crazy yet. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Quinn Cunningham trying to protect here in the bottom of the 5th. Provide a bit of a jolt for the Dragons offense. That one outside, good take. After Cunningham, it's Julian Redding. Sumter, payoff. Ooh, a very, very close one there. Great take by Cunningham. I've talked all day about how disciplined these freshmen are at the dish. That was an incredible take by the freshman. Big swing there, however, and she goes down. And that will retire the side. We head to the top of the 6th. Monmouth still leads 3-1 here on Flow College. And we welcome you back here to Vitus Athletic Complex for the 6th inning of the CAA softball matchup. Monmouth currently leads 3-1 after what feels like a super long day for Courtney Coles. Her day has finally come to a close, and although she's allowed 3 runs, she was incredible in game 2 of the doubleheader as well. 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And that'll bring in Madison Taylor. She had a scoreless inning against Cornell on Monday. 14 innings this season, as her first pitch is low to Bree Lawson. Lawson 0 for 2 today. Taylor pitched for the Dragons last season, was their workhorse through the most innings, but comes to University City by way of Salisbury University. Ball 2 there. We also saw Natalie Aldred warming up. She's been incredible at the plate today in both games. If Taylor were to run into any issues, we might see Aldred enter for the 7th. That one hit over the head of Masoni, and a base hit for Bree Lawson. Nice piece of contact. Finds the height it needed to get over the head of Masoni, who's super athletic. Drops in for a base hit. Only the 4th hit of the game for Monmouth. Coles did such a great job of limiting base runners, but when Monmouth was able to get them, they were able to capitalize. First pitch in there for a strike to Ella Stevenson. 0 for 2 today. 1 for 3 in the first game. A UMass transfer in the midst of a very strong season. Count evens, 1-1. First baseman Ellis Stevenson looking to move Lawson. That went a little high, so 2-1 now. Stevenson had a huge game late in March against Towson. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a home run, and 4 RBIs in their one victory over the Tigers. Slaps that one foul. Count moves to 2-2 now. Taylor has allowed 36 base runners over her 14 innings so far, so she wants to try to limit that. Attacking batters early is important to try to get those strikes and to try to find weak contact any way possible, as Coles did so well at. Here's the pitch. That one upstairs, so count goes full now. Ellis Stevenson at the dish. Taylor trying to find an out here. Start off her afternoon. And wow, a base hit there off the glove of Rowlands. No chance she could have gotten that one. To third is Lawson. She slides in safely. And to second is Stevenson with a big hit there. So now 2 Hawks in scoring position with no outs. Not how Maddie Taylor wanted to enter the game. That brings up Mackenzie Bloss. 0 for 2 with a walk in game 1. 0 for 2 so far in game 2. But had that big time home run yesterday, which you could tell was out of here by the moment it left her bat. First pitch low for ball 1. Taylor not able to find the zone quite as easily as Coles. Seems like she needs a little more time to adjust. That one a tad outside, so behind on Bloss, 2-0. That one just foul. Stevenson at third having to jump over it. So 1 strike on Bloss. Taylor gets set in the circle. The pitch. Outside. So 3-1 now to Mackenzie Bloss. Taylor trying to get an out with 2 runners in scoring position. Doesn't want to give the ever-dangerous Bloss too good of a pitch to hit, as that one's low. And she walked, and now the bases are loaded for Monmouth. And Gianna Stern's coming up. Stern, 18 RBIs to her name this season, as the Dragons infield comes to have a quick consult with Taylor. Second baseman Lawson is at third. First baseman Stevenson is at second. And third base Bloss is at first after the walk. Taylor could force some contact here. A chance for the Dragons to get 2 outs with just 1 run coming in. But needs to get some weak contact or miss a bat. Big first strike there. She needed that. Stern 0 for 1 with a walk in game 3 of the series here. That one low, so evens the count at 1 apiece. Monmouth's bench has kept the energy high for all 13 innings so far. That one A little high to Stern, so 2-1 is the count. After Stern, it's Cathena, followed by the pitcher, Cara Sumter. That one hit pretty well. Back by the wall. Shuley goes up, over. Home run for Gianna Stern, number 5 on the season, and a grand slam. Well, that blows this one open a little bit. A tough break for Maddie Taylor, who was just trying to find her stride, get some quick outs. But a huge knock there by Gianna Stern, which came very close to our broadcast booth out here. Puts Monmouth up 7-1. Well, here comes Jayla Cathena. 1 for 2 on the day with the double. She scored as well. First pitch is up, or in, for strike 1. 0-1. Pitch from Taylor. That one low. Taylor. That one hit well out to Redding. Cathena's going to reach on a single. That's 5 base runners in a row reaching versus Maddie Taylor. Not how she wanted to start her appearance today. And that'll do it. So 5 came up, 5 reached against Maddie Taylor there. Really unfortunate for her. She was just trying to get adjusted, find her stride. Can be tough to do when you're warming up before the first game. Now you're being asked to come in very late in the second game. But as we've mentioned a few times, Natalie Aldred, who played first base and designated player throughout this series, as well as pitching the final parts of Game 1, she will now come in to pitch. Aldred, 1 for 2 in Game 2, 2 for 3 in Game 1. She's had a very productive day. Now going to warm up and try to finish this one out from the mound. We'll see if Cara Sumter returns up to bat or if they opt to go with a pinch hitter and a new pitcher. It will be Sumter. So Aldred going to take a few warm-up pitches as the Dragons' defense gets reset. After Sumter, Caitlin Place and Olivia Smith are due up. But for anyone joining us recently, don't let this 7-1 score fool you too much. It definitely does not tell the full story of this game. It was so close for so long. Monmouth in both games had not been able to put 2 runners on base in the same inning until the final inning Coles pitched for her day. Since then, it's blown up a little bit. Aldred comes in. First pitch to Sumter is low. Ball 1. Sumter is 1 for 2 with a home run, an RBI, and a strikeout, as well as 5 innings of 1-run ball so far. 1-0. Outside, count moves to 2-0. Aldred yesterday went 1 2/3, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and collected her 20th strikeout of the season. Behind 2-0 on Sumter. That one right down Main Street. Had a little bit of movement there for strike 1. So even count to Sumter, 1-1. That one just a tad low. Very similar location to the pitch prior. Still one strike on Sumter. Big swing there for strike two. Sumter, 5 strikeouts on the season. Freshman who very impressively has been so versatile for them. Really solid pitcher, their number 2 arm, and good at the plate. That one just a smidge outside, and you know Aldred wanted that call. So now a full count to her first batter. Oh no, a walk, excuse me. There were 3 balls there, folks. That is my mistake. So Sumter reaches with a walk. Cathena at second. That was a runner inherited from Taylor. Here comes Place. Aldred's first pitch. In there for strike 1. Place is 0 for 2 in the final game here. Flew out to Shuley twice. Second time was the one Shuley had to run into the wall on. Got an RBI there as it was a sac fly. 0-1. Low and away. So count evens. Still no outs for the Dragons here. Trying to limit Monmouth's lead to 6, but with 2 on and no outs, that may be difficult. That one a little high, so 2-1 now to Caitlin Place. The pitch. In there for strike 2, so the count evens. 1 pitch away from Aldred, hopefully retiring the first batter here in the 6th. Wow. Place kind of had a check swing there. Foul that almost hit the Monmouth first base coach. Bit of a close call there. Glad everyone's all right. And we'll do it again. 2-2. Still no outs. It's Cathena on second, Sumter on first for Monmouth. She stays alive. Back-to-back fouls with 2 strikes. Something that Monmouth's done really well of in both games. Despite in game 1 of this doubleheader having a lot of weak contact, they were not giving up on at-bats. They were not going to go down swinging. We've seen 3 strikeouts between the 2 games today. Aldred. That one fouled back, and again, Place will not give up. Relentless. And a battle chant starting from Monmouth's bench. And boy, oh boy, is Place battling against Aldred right here. Neither player giving in. That one fouled off again. And Place continues to stay alive. So I believe this is the 4th time it's been 2-2 now. Aldred just trying to escape this at-bat. Misses there, so now the count's full. She also had a full count against Sumter, where Sumter was able to walk. Does not want to replicate that. Hoping to miss the bat or get some weak contact. A double play is still in order. Aldred gets set, fires. That one popped up and fell. Wow. Caitlin Place will not give up on this at bat. Battling and battling and battling. To her credit, just 9 strikeouts on the season. Not a very high number at all. And that's compared to 8 walks. She pops that one up. Sminks got it for the first out of this inning. Much needed first out for the Dragons. That'll bring up Olivia Smith. Smith is 1 for 2 with a single in this game. Went 0 for 2 in the first game of the doubleheader. She is now hit in 13 of her last 16 games. Very, very impressive stretch for Olivia Smith. First pitch low, ball 1. Aldred trying to settle into a groove here. She attempts to close out the game. That one in there for a strike. Looked to be a little outside, but good work framing by the catcher Bergman. Something she's very adept at. So 1-1 the count, 1 out here. That one hit to Aldred, bounces off her glove. They're not going to get the out anywhere. That is unfortunate. Just a slow roller that can be a tricky one. And reaching is Olivia Smith. Quick chat between Monmouth's third base coach and the umpire. And we'll resume. So, bases loaded once again for Monmouth. It's Cathena on third, Sumter on second, Smith on first. So she reached on the bobbled ball. And that brings up Dominique Lopez, the top of this lineup. She's hitless this series. But if ever there were a time for Lopez to wake up, now would be that time. 13 RBIs on the season. A grand slam already this inning from Gianna Stern. Dragons hoping that Lopez does not mirror that. 0-1 the count. Oh-2 as she went around on the check swing there. Well, Lopez is the 9th batter to come up for Monmouth this inning. So we will see one of the rare times that they'll have batters hitting twice in the same inning. And big strike there. How about that? Natalie Aldred, amidst all the chaos since she's entered the game, has not let in any more runs, has gotten 2 outs. And now she has a chance to escape this bases loaded jam with Brie Lawson coming up, who singled and scored already this inning. Now a chance for Lawson to add to their total, for Aldred to escape. First pitch. Sunk at the last second. That was a great, whatever pitch that was. Had some good movement on it from Aldred. Count is 2-0 to Lawson. Can't walk her. She doesn't have anywhere to put her as the bases are loaded. Two outs. Lawson at the plate. She swings over the head of Smink, and that'll drive in 1 or more. Sumter's going to round, and she scores. A 2 RBI single for Brie Lawson. Her second hit of the inning gives Monmouth a 9-1 lead now. So Cathena scored there. Sumter scored. Liv Smith heads over to third. Lawson at first. And here comes Stevenson, who also has a hit already this inning. She had a double. Not how the Dragons wanted this 6th inning to go. Monmouth has put up a 6 spot now. One-0 to Stevenson. Aldred hoping to escape with just the 2 runs. Although Cathena, that run will be charged to Maddie Taylor, as that was an inherited base runner. Sumter, however, Aldred did walk. And if Smith were to score, that would also be a run charged to Aldred. Lawson at first, Smith at third, Aldred in the circle. Stevenson at the dish. Puts it just shy of the third base line for foul ball. 1-2 count now to Stevenson. Again, chance for Aldred to escape this. 6 runs already this inning for Monmouth. 5 charged to Taylor. Aldred with 2 strikes against Stevenson. Gets set. Fires that one low. So they will do it again. 2-2 now the count. 2-2. 2 outs. 2 runners on. 1 at first, 1 at third. Aldred in the circle. Looking to escape. Stevenson outside. Runner goes. Masoni's got it. Caught stealing. Great throw by Bergman. Great tag by Masoni. And very, very nice way to end it after Monmouth really brought the power there. 6 runs, including a grand slam from Gianna Stern, gives the Hawks a 9-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on Flow College.
Okay, fam. Quick stop in Montgomery County, but we have to be at Grandma's by 5 p.m.
Do we have time to stop at the mall?
KOP, yes! Do we have time to hit the slopes?
Skiing at Spring Mountain. Do we have time for Santa?
If we have time for wildlife at the zoo!
Do we have time for food?
I have a list of 1,800 restaurants.
Yum! Do we have time for an overnight?
I feel like we're forgetting something.
When you spend the holidays in Montgomery County, your other plans can wait.
Honey, call them again.
Team behind the team means to me that support group that stands behind our athletes to be able to allow them to be successful in what they do on a day-to-day basis.
My goal is always the same: meet the athlete where they are, help them be their best selves, but also minimize their risk.
I'm excited to be part of Drexel to be able to help take care of athletes that are really at their prime.
Rothman Orthopedics definitely has the experience that is necessary to provide elite level care to elite level athletes here at Drexel University.
And here we are back for the bottom of the 6th, and what could be the final frame of this one due to softball mercy rules. First pitch to Olivia Shuley in there for a strike. A quick refresher on the softball mercy rules for all those unfamiliar. It is if any team leads by 8 or more in the 5th inning or later, obviously the home team will have the last opportunity as Shuley pops that one up, Lopez right under, and that's the first out. But unless the Dragons are able to tack on a run here and bring Monmouth's lead down to 7, that will be the day. And what a day it's been for Cara Sumter in Game 3 here. Sumter's allowed 5 hits, 1 walk, and just 1 run over her 5 1/3 innings of work. Pitching from Monmouth has been really great all weekend long. Unless the Dragons score here, it would be a total of 4 runs over 3 games. Dragons got 1 in the first, have 1 today, 2 in our earlier game. 1-0 count to Kyler Redding, who's 1 for 2. That one in there for a strike. Really, really good game for Sumter. And for her, she's allowed 90 hits in 57 innings entering today, just 5 and a little over 5 for her, which is much improved. Chops that one right at the pitcher over to first, and a quick second out. And now the Dragons are down to their final out. And it'll be Natalie Aldred. who has been the superstar today aside from Courtney Coles. 3 hits, 2 doubles, an RBI. Came into pitch and let in 1 run, but was able to get the Dragons out of that without too many more. 9-1 is our score right now, an 0-1 count as she fouled off the first pitch. Well, altogether, even though Game 2, the scoreboard does not tell the full story, it was a solid day of softball here at Drexel Softball Field. As that one in for strike 2. Courtney Coles, unbelievable. 7 scoreless in the shutout win in Game 2 of this series, which was our first game today. 5 innings of 3-hit, 3-run ball. Really just unbelievable from the freshman. That one was close. But 1-2 now to Aldred. Coming up, Dragons have St. Joe's on Wednesday. Monmouth has UPenn as Aldred hits a weak ground ball. Stearns got it over to first. That'll do it. Final is 9-1 here from Vitus Athletic Complex, with the Monmouth Hawks taking the win over the Drexel Dragons. Win goes to Cara Sumter, loss goes to Courtney Coles. But altogether, a really great day of softball. Beautiful day here at Vitus Athletic Conference. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone from Dragons TV and the SFBN crew, to John Galonis, Stelios Patamoussis, Greg Starks, Graham Leonardo, Miles Schulman, Justin Soriano, and Matt Graham. Can't thank all of you enough, and for all of you listening. It's been such a nice day. Thank you for spending it with us. I've been James Biernot here for Drexel Dragons Softball on Flow College.